It's funny the way you tell a story and everything.
Funny how? What's funny about it?
Just
What?
You talk funny.
You mean, let me understand this, because, maybe it's me. I'm a little fucked up, maybe, but I talk funny how? How do I talk funny? I talk funny like a clown? I amuse you?
Get the fuck out of here, Sharon.
No, we got a show to do, you stuttering prick, ya.
Welcome to We Talk Funny, a weekly hour-long podcast hosted by Sharon Pfeiffer and Joe Rubbo, a show that's less about the way they talk and more about what they talk about. WTF, a show about entertainment, celebrity, comedy, culture.
Welcome to another episode of the We Talk Funny podcast. And we're here at the world-famous Podcast Junkeez Studios in Boca Raton. Another episode, another crazy one, another good one. And who else would be here but my beautiful co-host, Sharon Pfeiffer.
Oh,
Look how cute she looks tonight, everyone.
oh, thank you. Thank you. I was told I look voluptuous, which that's a very colorful word for fat fuck.
Stop it. You look great. Always do. I was just
Thank
complimenting you. You always
Thank
wear
you,
always
Joe.
wear the
Thank you,
cutest
Joe.
clothes.
Here, let's do a toast.
Salud.
Salud. Chandan to another episode.
I lost count. so-
Another. Me too, actually. Are you shocked? I actually.
Yes, you usually have everything in order, Miss OCD.
Well, you know what? I've been really busy.
Yeah.
I've been so busy.
You got the play shit
I got
coming
the
up.
play, rehearsals. We're knee deep in rehearsals, and I am just busy. You know, it's 6 days a week.
Yeah.
6 days a week with this. I was gonna say fucking play, but I shouldn't say.
No,
that.
let me. I
I'm
got to
grateful.
say
I'm
something about Sharon. No matter how busy you are, you always find time to call and check on me.
I do
all the time.
I do. Well,
I feel lonely if she doesn't. I'm like, how come I haven't heard from my mama Sharon today?
oh, well, you know I love you.
I know. No, she always
love
checks
you.
on you. Okay.
I worry
You good?
about you.
Yeah,
I love you. You're
thank
my
you.
friend.
Now we're
And-
family now.
Yeah, exactly. So, and sometimes I actually feel a little bad because I feel like I'm being annoying because
No.
I tend to lean on the annoying side, but
No, not you.
that's, shut the fuck up.
Tony agrees with me.
You know, what do we always talk about? I always say the same thing. If I'm not picking on you or cursing at you or yelling at you, that means what? That I do not love
Oh,
you.
you must fucking adore me then.
Exactly. If I'm nice to you, it means I do not like
No,
you.
she's very
Just so
caring.
you know.
Good.
So, for those of you who I'm nice to you,
Uh-oh. Look out.
get it?
Gabadorst.
Right, exactly. So, anyway. So, what are we going to talk about this week, Joe? You have any thoughts?
Yeah, we were talking about things that really piss you off.
Right.
In other words,
we were talking
pet peeves.
Yeah, this morning when you were driving and I was driving, and I was telling you that I have pet peeves, which also, I mean, just FYI, it's a nice way of saying complaints.
Yeah,
Right? They're
that pisses you
little
off.
minuscule complaints. Well, I have so many.
I could be here all night with them.
Right, exactly.
But start with driving.
Oh, forget about it.
The slow drivers. Wish
The
they had
slow
to get out with a
drivers.
bat and crack their head.
Yeah, but you know what I really don't like? I do not like when I let somebody go
Yeah.
and they don't give this. When they don't give the thank you.
You're
Then I want to run
from
them
New
off.
York. You expect that?
Yeah, I do expect it. It's a courtesy thing. When you let somebody, I let them wiggle in.
Yeah.
Because I consider
I always
myself-
say thank you when people do that.
I like a little, just a little.
But I always cut them off.
Little
too,
wave.
so I don't ask.
Then if they don't give the wave, I want to run them right off the road.
Yeah.
I give them the finger. I motherfuck them. I don't not
Especially,
that they
especially
see
if
it.
they have Canadian plates.
Oh, forget about it. It's so rude. Can't stand it.
They drive like 15 miles an hour slower, Canadian people.
Yeah,
At least.
they're just very rude.
Because
all
maybe
of
they
them,
drive like that
shouldn't
because of the
generalize.
snow. They think they're driving in the snow all the time. I don't know.
Yeah, but they're in Florida. I
Yeah,
don't
that's what I'm
get it.
saying. They used to driving slow like that. So what, else?
What? Give me another pet peeve.
All right.
Oh, you got to think?
Oh, yeah.
I don't have to think. I got.
Go ahead. You go. You
All
blow
right.
them out.
You know what I hate? This is a social media thing. I fucking hate when I see someone. They make a post. They love everybody's comments, and then the comment that I made, they
They
like.
just like. I better check, make sure I never did that.
I don't fucking like that. Why are you liking my post and you loved everybody else's?
You
What am I,
actually look-
wood?
She actually looks. She's
Oh, I
awesome.
totally look. I took the time to make a comment on your dumb post, and you liked mine, but you loved everybody else's. Now, you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to like your post anymore. You could forget about it. You could take your fucking post and shove it up your ass.
Oh my God, I don't like when you go someplace and the young person's working and they just don't want to be there and they totally ignore you.
Ooh, I hate
It's
that.
like, yes, I'm right here. Like
You're invisible.
Can I help you, sir?
Like you're invisible.
What are you waiting for? Waiting for a fucking order. Where is it? And then they give you the order. They ring you up, and the thing comes up for a tip. What did you do? You moved a foot to give me my
Wait.
food?
Yeah. How about when you're picking something up? How about when you place the order on the telephone and you're picking it up and they got a thing for the fucking tip? Get the hell out of here!
You listen. You really want to fuck a
Are you
kid?
serious
you
right
want?
now?
You really want to fuck up a teenager? Listen, guys. You want to fuck up? You want to fuck up a teenager? And you go in the store. You give him cash, and say the order's $15.50.
Right.
And you give them $20.50.
Oh, that
They're like-
totally. You just ruined their whole day.
They got to punch it in the computer to see what the change is. Not like the old days. They taught me you got to count the change out.
Counting.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Counting.
Yeah.
Wait, how about if you ask somebody to read something in script?
Oh, Maron.
They don't even know what you're talking about. But I don't have a pet
about
peeve with that.
cursive?
I understand that.
No,
Cursing.
I don't think they can even write cursive nowadays.
I thought you said cursing. I was like, what are
Oh
you talking
no,
about?
no, cursive. Writing cursive.
Yeah, they don't know how to do that.
They don't know how to write cursive.
They don't want to do that. But you know what? But I don't even get mad about that because they don't have to write cursive, unless they're you know. I mean, why do they have to write cursive?
You're right,
Everything is
yeah.
on the como se llama telephone and the computer and whatever. They don't have to write it. And to assign names, everything is
digital now, yeah.
Digital and
Digital.
electronic.
You
They
know-
don't have to do it.
Speaking of which, like when you go to a restaurant and you eat in a restaurant and you see families there with their kids, nowadays the kids are just glued on their iPads. Mm-hmm. They don't talk when they eat. They don't talk to their family.
No.
Just glued on their iPads.
But you know what else I don't like? A pet peeve, and this is why I brought this up.
What is it?
I don't like when a young girl or a young person says, "You look good for your age." First
Oh, you
of all,
look good,
motherfucker,
Mom.
you don't even know how old I am. So why are you saying I look good for my age? Well, how about this? I hope I look half as good as you do when I get to your age. Bitch, you gotta look as good as I did when I was your age. You don't look half as good as I did when I was your age, so shut up.
Shut
Shut up.
You should have seen
You
me when I
fat
was
chick.
your age.
Exactly. You don't have a picture of me when I was your age. You don't even know. Shut up.
Oh man,
I'm on a tear tonight. Ooh,
we see that.
ooh, I gotta eat a butt.
A butt.
Time for a berry butt.
You slice those things perfectly.
I know. Look, ready? Zoom in, Ben.
Soon on her butthole. And it matches. Look at that.
Hold up.
Ming.
Right? Don't get turned on. You dirty birdie.
Too late.
Such a dirty birdie.
Too late.
Anyway, so listen, time is a ticking.
Yes, and it goes so fast, so we got to get rolling.
And we
here.
have an amazing guest here tonight. An amazing guest here tonight. Oh, we have two guests here tonight. Two for one people tonight. We don't normally have 2 for 1s. But it's 2 for Tuesday.
It is. 2 for Tuesday.
2 for Tuesday.
Taco
So,
Tuesday.
I'm actually going to let Joe handle the introductions tonight.
No. You introduce.
Oh, no.
Okay. All right.
No,
I
no,
get my
no.
buddies, so no problem.
It's a testosterone-fueled evening, people. I want you to know it's a testosterone-fueled evening,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm so excited
well, I
for
just
these
gotta
two
say,
gentlemen.
How excited am I? Last week I thought they were coming. I was all upset.
I know he was a little upset that they weren't here last week, but they're here this week. So,
Like,
Joe, I'm going to let you
don't
do
you
the
look at the
honors.
fucking schedule?
Go ahead, Joe.
Okay, tonight's guest, actor, producer, film writer. What else? You name it, he's done it.
I think they call them screenwriters.
I did
It's not
screenwrite.
film. You said film writer. It's not.
That's what I mean. I do the introduction, and she busts my balls the whole time.
Not on this guy.
The man has done so much in the past 10 or so years. It's unbelievable. And I've known him for 35 years now. my friend, my buddy, Ciro DiPagio. And alongside of him,
And
the man who introduced us, my longtime friend, actor, producer, got me in the TV producing business. We started way back when, right? Father was a really good friend of my family. My best friend, my brother, Dave Iacovetti.
ow!
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. Okay, let's
Roll.
Let's dive into it. I'm so excited to talk to both of you, both Ciro and Dave. We got a lot to cover.
This is a reunion.
This
You
is
gotta know us
really,
three.
really. I don't know Dave as well as I know Ciro. As a matter of fact,
You don't
I
want to
think-
know Dave.
I do. No, I do want to know Dave. I want to get to know Dave because I don't think we've ever really.
We've been around.
We've been around each other, but I don't
Yeah.
think we ever really got to formally sit down and really talk to each other, which I want to get to know everything about
Well, you were in Silent Partners, right? You had a little scene in Silent Partners, right?
for a minute.
Okay, but the movie's based on his dad.
I know this.
Right.
I know this. But I didn't get to meet you at all. And the scene in Silent Partners, gratefully,
was a good
Ciro threw me a line. I was
a
only
good scene.
just supposed to be window dressing, if you will. And Ciro was like, nah, we got to let Sharon say something.
Gotta always
'Cause
hear
he's
you
always he's always kind to me. So Silent Partners, I think, is probably one of, in my opinion, Ciro, if you don't mind me saying, one of your best productions. In my opinion, one of your most exciting productions.
I
Maybe
concur.
I may be a little prejudiced because of the scene in the warehouse, but
Great warehouse.
yeah, great warehouse, but great scene.
It was this voluptuous broad that got me.
This voluptuous broad, this big fat fuck. But I'm allowed to say that because
We're not radio, we go live.
But the scene itself is such an amazing scene. For those of you who have not seen Silent Partners, please check it out. Please, where is it? Where can we see it?
Everywhere. Amazon, Tubi, Apple, Vudu.
And you've got everybody in this movie. What a great movie. Yeah. It's an award-winning movie, right? You've won awards.
Yeah.
And it's just a great movie. Very exciting, very action-packed, lots of twists and turns.
Concur.
And yeah, it's just really an exciting movie.
It was one of those movies where you're watching it and then all of a sudden it's over. It's like, that's it?
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
I
Fast-paced.
saw it so many times I can't even count. I know all the lines in it.
And
It's funny you say that because one of the main things I shoot for when I'm creating stuff is I want to. You know how you reach a point in a TV show or a movie and you're like, this might be a good time to go piss.
Right. You want to keep it going.
I want to make it where you hold that piss.
right, where you don't get up the whole
So I
time.
literally trim everything. Like some people will be like, oh, I want an hour and 40. I want an hour and 35. I don't care if it's 90 minutes, if it's 110, if it's 115.
Right.
I'm cutting it to where it moves.
And you just keep watching it. That's
Yeah.
great. That's one thing about that movie. You don't stop watching it. Even the Mob King, same thing.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Now, how long, Ciro and Dave, do you two know each other, or did you meet because of the movie, Silent Partners?
No, we've decades.
Yeah.
Decades you know
So
each other.
back to we were kids.
Okay, so Joe, so do you, the three of you know each other as long, are you guys a trio or,
Yeah, we're a trio. I mean, me and Ciro knew each other before. And then he did his thing. He went his way. I did my thing and went my way. I had to go work for my father at his Roberto's restaurant in Dania, which was a pretty infamous location back in the day. And my father was away.
okay. Went to college?
Yeah, and I got a
Tell her how we met. Tell
and
that
I got a
story.
call from my dad. We were running short. We needed like 10 grand, and he was in there with another infamous guy. And he goes, listen, my friend's son is going to come see you. Make sure you pay him back what he brings you. And sure enough, Joey shows up.
My uncle Pasquale, yeah.
Your uncle,
Yeah.
uncle, yeah. And I had no idea that he had been in Last American Virgin, and he was a movie star or any of that at the time. I just knew he was some Italian kid, that my dad knew.
I'm going to bring the envelope.
And he brought a paper bag with 10 grand in it.
What
And
the envelope?
it was a beautiful thing. And then I guess it was like 6 months later, I went up to, he had a restaurant himself. I went up there and paid him back, and we've been brothers ever since.
Yeah. And I still see that picture of all of us where you were doing
Yeah, I saw it recently on Facebook.
Coretta Brothers. Was that what we were doing it for?
Yeah, it was for Coretta Brothers, Last Association, or whatever
God, we
title
were
it.
so young in that picture.
Yeah.
So, we're all cut from the same cloth, if I may use that term, right?
True.
So your dad is originally from New York.
Yes,
You are not from New York.
No.
You're Florida.
I'm a Florida guy. Well, I was born in Baltimore.
Okay.
So my mom's from Georgia, and my dad's
Wow.
from Brooklyn, so I can cook a mean fried chicken or
Wow.
bake a hell of a lasagna.
Okay.
I got it. And I was born on the Mason-Dixon line.
Wow.
My mother was living in Manhattan, but for some reason, she didn't want me born there.
Okay.
So she went back to her hangout spot, which was Baltimore, Maryland, and I was born there.
Okay.
Well, it must be said also his dad was, pretty big there.
That's
at
what
the
I
time
that's what
as
I was
well.
told, or
Before he came down
based
here.
on research.
So my dad was sent by Carlo Gambino to take over Baltimore with a bunch of people that were already there and established.
Yep.
And when he got to Baltimore, there was all kinds of inner politics and stuff going on in that city. He told the story that he was up in the hotel room, and one of the guys says, "Dave, the whole block is surrounded with police cars." So he's looking at the window, and the next thing he knows, they're banging on the door. He's like, what's going on here? And they came in and they arrested him for stolen jewelry, which was his own jewelry.
Oh gosh.
And the other guys too. They took the whole crew down, and they're all sitting in the jail. My dad, had his phone call or whatever, and the captain of the Baltimore Police Department came in, and he goes, "Dave, you go back and tell your boss, Baltimore is taken.
Oh wow.
He's not welcome here."
All right.
And so I don't know what happened with all that, but he got assigned Miami instead, and
Better off.
the
Well,
rest
it-
is
You know what?
history.
Interesting story about that. He got assigned down here by John Sr.
Got it.
Got it, yeah. It was pretty little interesting tidbit.
Yeah.
Because it was wide open down here, and
Yeah.
it was time to make the money down here, and nobody did it better than his
Right.
dad. So
Yeah, and then when John Gotti Sr. got finally arrested the last time,
That's right around when we met. Right when that happened.
yeah,
92. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and my father he died in his sleep in his own bed at age 80, which
God
very
bless.
few of them do.
God bless.
But he had spent 20 years, if you add it all up, of his lifetime behind bars, And back in the day, it wasn't so bad. He had a job where he just gave other guys jobs. He sat at a desk and he signed some pay stubs at the Atlanta Penitentiary. But at his age, they wanted Gotti bad, and anybody they could get anywhere near him. So unfortunately, they concentrated on my father, and they paid a guy who was like a hangers-on. My dad said he used to feed him at the restaurant because, he felt for the guy or whatever. Mm-hmm. And they paid him $50,000 to testify that he had heard my father say that he's part of the Gambino family.
yeah, I don't know if you guys remember if you were down here in '84 was they had all the headlines. Remember the crackdown on the mob, '84, and arrested him and had him in there, and it was all a bunch of trumped up bullshit on him.
That's
It
what
all
they usually
it all
do.
was, but his dad was, they call him the gentleman gangster. He kept everything close to the vest. That's why a lot of stories with me and him, we keep close to the vest, except for the stuff that's out there already.
Right.
We just got it honest. You know what I mean,
Right.
from him. So, yeah, he was a great guy, man. Great guy, and
He sure was.
loved to cook, loved to boat, and he loved his son. So it was a great thing.
I was very blessed. I didn't know it at the time. I gave him and my mom a hell of a time. Hindsight's 20/20. If I could go back, I would show the appreciation that I feel now that I maybe not showed back then.
Right.
He told me one time I was about 18 years old. He goes, "Son, if you're smart, you'll change your name." And I was totally offended by that because we have the same name. Well,
Right.
different middle name, but still.
Right.
I told him, you go change your name.
I'm keeping mine.
I'm keeping mine. And,
That's funny.
you know, so I don't want to say antagonistic to him, but, you know, I definitely ruffled.
He was.
Yeah.
But he was more antagonistic to the people around his father.
Right.
Like Dave was, you know, if he was born in the 30s or 40s, he would have been the ultimate street kingpin.
Right.
Because he just didn't give a fuck. It didn't matter who was what, who was where. He did whatever the hell he wanted to do.
Right.
And a lot of times, you know, he had to find a way to wiggle out of that one.
Well, I definitely think I'm part extraterrestrial looking back, because I should have been dead 100 times. One of the times, Ciro saved my life. I had split the Gambino family in half because half of them loved me and, you know, would do anything for me, and the other half wanted me dead.
You probably know my ex.
Very possible.
Not my ex-husband, because my ex-husband was the Bronx Gambinos. But my ex-boyfriend was with John
Okay.
out of Ozone Park.
Well, luckily for me, at the time this dispute happened, because I didn't even want to be in the situation. I never did anything illegal with any of them. I mean, I was the son. But unfortunately, the more you run away from organized crime and the mob or whatever you want to call it, in my case, I ran right into it.
No, yeah. I mean, you could try to run away as much as you want.
Yeah.
But especially you with your dad.
Yeah.
I mean, it's your life.
And I was cocky because I loved my dad. I loved his friends, and his friends were some of the most powerful guys around. They weren't just Gambinos. My dad was like a unicorn in the underworld because he was tight with all the bosses of all the families. He had all of their respect. His original nickname was Davy Crockett because he would go places these guys in New York would never imagine, Miami back then for one. But he didn't stop there. He was called to a Senate organized crime investigation thing, and he didn't want to go because he's definitely not a talker. He didn't want any attention whatsoever. It would just give him hives, the least little bit of recognition he would get.
Right.
So what he did was, I don't know how he met him, but he was tied in with Papa Doc Duvalier in Haiti. So he took up the boats, and he was running junkets. He was still making money, and he made a deal with the Papa Doc. But eventually, I don't know how all that went down. I think he had to testify or do something, but he didn't really talk about anything. You know, he just showed up so he wouldn't be sent away. But he was amazing. But lucky for me that when he asked me to take over the family business, which was Roberto's, said he'd be home in a year or so, and, you know, that was supposed to be my inheritance anyway. And when the problem started, which was outsiders, had nothing to do with the Gambino family, but these guys that came in, a couple of Jewish guys from New York, a son and father. Gotti had already been taken down for the last time. So there was really nobody in charge, you know, and one half is telling me, you got to do this, and I was running the restaurant. I wasn't in anything illegal, but it was mine. I wasn't letting anybody tell me what to do, except my dad. And even then, me and him kind of had a tiff in the end before I did give it back. But had John Gotti Sr. called me and said, get out, I would have threw the keys at them. But
let me tell you that what he leaves out about that, okay? So, yeah, he took over the restaurant, and, yeah, they tried to muscle him on it, right? So when I was telling you about the balls this guy had, okay, so he goes in the restaurant, and he steals everything in the restaurant, takes it all. They show up, and there's nothing there. He even took the lobsters. He took everything.
Yeah, but no, I ran that place for 5 years.
He took the lobsters.
And he's like, you're gonna tell me I can't come? Okay, fuck you. And he calls me up. He's like, hey. I go, what? He goes, I got all the restaurant equipment. I'm like, from where?
My restaurant.
He's like, from the restaurant. I go,
Are you crazy?
I said, what the fuck?
Oh my God.
Yeah, but
Man.
it wasn't like that. I was there 4 years running.
Yeah, no,
the place,
I'm not saying you were in the wrong, but they thought you were in the wrong.
No.
That's where everything started with the other guy.
Yeah,
you know?
no. And the guys that I was having problems with were no slouches. I mean, they were right there with John Sr. And Carlo. And I mean, you know, but half of them said, that's your place. Your dad wanted you there. F them. They're not going to do nothing. And then the other half was like, okay,
Okay, so but I need to know the ending of Roberto's. Like, what
That was it. That was it.
happened?
Well-
No, so what'd you do with the stuff?
so what happened was Roberto's was my dad's place.
Right.
Then I took it over actually with his former girlfriend, Victoria, and it became Casa Victoria,
Okay.
in which again I helped and ran it for him. But she had an issue that wouldn't allow her to run her business properly, so she had to go. And then I got it full blown at that time, and I was in charge. And at that point, I wanted to try to rebrand that place from the old
So what'd you call it?
Krabby Seafood
Krabby
Cafe.
Seafood. Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
It was great. Too.
It was awesome. We had
was
like
great.
stone crabs and, everything. Italian, you had 50 ways to love your pasta, and then you had the seafood side. So it went really well for a while. We got the front page of the Miami Herald, gave us a review. I think it was 3 stars, but still, it wasn't too bad. They said the
So since you said Krabbies, let me give you a fun story
I want to hear it.
about silent partners.
so
all right.
funny.
So at this time period, there was a scam running down here with a few guys.
No, a scam?
They had this insurance thing going on, right? And they'd clip a guy here or there with a policy or whatever. Long story short, tell them about what happened to you and the rest.
Yeah, so I mean, again, I go back to the extraterrestrial thing. My mom's big on the ancient aliens, and she's like, I think we're part extraterrestrial now that I've been watching this. Because the stuff that has gone on, we could make 100 movies out of. Between me and him and Joey, forget about it. But anyway, what was my point?
The night with your girlfriend.
Oh yeah,
and the insurance.
So my dad said, because he'd just come home, he was sick, but at this point there was no turning back. I had already told him, hey, come get me, I'm right here. So my dad's like, oh, so you're gonna throw me to the wolves? Just give him the keys, son. Just give him the keys. But it wasn't that simple. There was, and I was the one on the hook, nobody else. So I
It was
wasn't
complicated.
So he says, you're gonna throw me to the wolves? And I said, no, send him to me. And he's like, oh, you tough guy. Well, they came. But what it was, me and my father had taken a loan. There was a company that was around, it's not around anymore, and they had branches in all the major cities. Yeah, HFC, Household Finance. So we had taken a loan from them, me and my dad. And when you take it, it gives you a policy, an insurance policy that, something happened to you, it pays it. It wasn't a lot, it paid the loan. So a week before these guys came, this guy, the manager at HFC, kept calling me. He goes, listen, Dave, you can get an extra $50,000 in life insurance. Only $15 a month. We'll put it right on the policy. You don't even got to worry about nothing. I said, but wait a minute. That $50,000 gets paid to somebody else if I'm dead, right? And he's like, yeah. I said, nah, I don't want it.
I don't blame you.
And I think that might have saved my life because when they came, it was the guy from HFC and
with them?
two other guys. They came in the middle of the night when I was closing, but he's the guy from the bank. I'm going to bring him in. I'll whip him up something. And they were there to kill me and my fiance and probably make it look like a robbery, suicide, whatever. I don't know. But by the skin of my...
if you had said, yeah, I'll take it, you were definitely getting whacked.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they messed up too.
So was that where you got the inspiration for Silent Partners?
There's a lot of elements in there that are based off of that thing that was going on because that opened up another can of worms, where I get the call to go see something and find out who's doing what or whatever, So
they offer him $50,000 just to bring the kid over here. That's all you got to do, and we'll give you the $50,000.
Mm-hmm.
So that day we're driving, and I noticed he was nervous and all, and I said, you're not acting right today. I go, what's up? I go, there's guys that want harm to me, I hope they didn't approach you or something to that effect. And he was like, well, Dave, I'm not gonna take you where I was gonna take you. I'm gonna drop you off at the steakhouse with the one with the peanut shells all over the floor. Roadhouse. And I remember sitting there while he went to do what he was doing, and I'm thinking, what's going on? He goes, yeah, because I got to see some of those guys, and better you just wait for me.
Well, I told him if I'm not back in an hour, you know what happened.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Because it dawned on me when I was driving. I was like, because they really wanted him bad at this point. It was an element, like you said, the guy that was under his father at the time. So, I was doing a lot of stuff on the street, moving around and everything. So they came to me and I basically told the guy, forget about it. Then there was a whole bunch of other backroom meetings. And finally it was just bring him to talk to us, right? So I'm like, all right, fine. So when I'm driving, I'm like, I'm running all the scenarios in my head, and I'm like, this is a perfect time for me to walk in there, and then they're gonna turn around and make it look like it was me, and then they're gonna tell his dad that I did it, and they handled me, so we're both gonna go down. So I yanked the car over and go, hey man,
Smart.
I said, you wait here.
Smart.
I said, you wait here, man.
I said to him at one point when he was explaining how his phenomenal mind worked it all out for me after he picked me up from the steak place, and I said, geez, man, I'm so touched. I never knew you cared about me so much. 50 grand. And he goes, well, no, Dave, it wasn't that.
I don't care about you. I care about me.
He goes, no, Dave, it wasn't that. I thought they'd kill me after and make it look like
I would never get the money.
It ain't you.
Exactly.
It's me.
Well, in all fairness, the money thing was like a year and a half earlier, and I never even moved on that. But that's just the way they work. The old saying, they bring your friend to the party.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but yeah, it was a very trying time. It was a lot of stuff fell down behind that. It took a long time to get cleared. It took a lot of people from prison, other prisons, sit down this, sit down that, for it to finally get ironed out.
But on a very, very, very serious note, I realized at that time that this outfit was a multi-million-dollar organized crime operation aside from the Gambinos or anything else. This HFC, I mean, I don't know about other locations, but I realized, holy smoke, you can't.
Miami was all fraud.
You can't.
And they never caught those guys.
No.
They just disappeared.
Wow.
And another thing, I had a really good customer. He owned a jewelry store down the street. And, he came with his daughter one night. He had a briefcase full of diamonds and stuff, but he had it, handcuffed to his bracelet.
That's the silent partners.
And, but it's true. It actually happened. And then when the guy left the restaurant, and I was friendly with him, so he stayed there a long time. Somebody came and killed him that night, chopped off his hand, took the diamonds, and left him laying in the alley behind the jewelry store. So the next thing I know, I have all these investigative officials thinking
what's going on.
I had something to do with it, but it turns out I had referred him to HFC. So so I don't know if he ever took the policy out or not, or if it was connected.
Find out who cashed in on it. That's
policy.
your answer.
Yeah, so I was ready to leave anyway. I was like, okay, guys, but I'm not going to leave a thumbtack behind. When I leave, I'm taking even the railings off the walls. You know what I mean?
The interesting dynamic with me and Dave was that, on one hand, it was always them trying to get me after him, and then it was always the feds trying to get him after me. So it was like we always had these things going, and then it would be me and him here hanging out and partying places like we didn't see any of it. It was kind of a...
But I'm so curious. How did you get out? I'm going to use the word clean. How'd you get out clean? Like, you just...
Extraterrestrials, I swear. Because 100 ways from Sunday, Ciro could either tell you I should have been gone. Right. I mean, I don't know how much you know about Joey's background, but at one point we were doing club TV and we had Voodoo Lounge every Friday night. Yeah. We had Dennis Rodman on with the Rodman's Rehab. Everything was going great. And then a bunch of the guys involved got indicted as being part of the Bonanno crime family, which, of course, I had no connections to other than the people that I knew. And when that went down, I had an FBI agent. I had already talked to my attorney about it, and he says, you know what, Dave? You weren't indicted, but maybe it's better if you get out of town for a while, because if you're out of state, you're less likely for them to do it or whatever. Not that I had done anything, but you don't have to do anything. If you've got my last name and they won't, got their eyes on you.
They make up shit.
One wrong move, exactly, like they paid the guy on my dad.
Right.
My dad would have never said, yes, I'm in the blah, 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 blah. He helped create it.
Right.
So he's not going to say it, but because that guy testified and other people believed him, he went away.
All it takes.
Okay.
It's all he takes. But the FBI came to me, and the guy goes, you were this close to going away.
There you go.
And I go, for what? And he goes, just for being here.
For being here.
He goes, yeah, I hear you're going to California. And it was Las Vegas. If you lie to a federal agent, just something as simple as that, you got a felony charge. Right. And I'm like, no, it's Las Vegas. I corrected him.
Well, when I got in trouble the first time, they came to you about the money.
Well, what happened was Joey had backed me the first time he got indicted on a separate thing. Well, actually, Ciro had got indicted too around the same time. Yeah. So I had been in France, and when I got back to America, Joey's like, you know, you got to be careful. There's indictments going down. I go see him, and Ciro's like, got to be careful. There's indictments going down. Next thing I know, they're both indicted.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let me get my ass back to France because I had nothing to do with that but be their friends and around them. And that's all it really takes,
Right.
just being in that vicinity.
Association. Yeah.
So I'm returning my rental car a month later, and I'm at the rental car counter, and I knew I had a couple of grand on the card, and I gave them the card to pay for my rental car, and they're like, oh, no, your card's not working. I was like, well, here, I got that much in my business account. I gave him my debit. Sorry, monsieur, the card is no good, da-da-da-da. So I'm like, what the hell? So cancel my flight. I go back to the mother-in-law's house there in the Alps. I was very lucky to have a beautiful place to stay there. And call my bank. And the bank says, well, federal government has impounded your account. Now, my business account, I had like 20 grand because Joey had funded me. We had other investors had funded me. But because Joey had sent the money and he was having problems, they froze all my accounts. So when I went to France, why I did it, I don't know. But I had taken the contract that me and Joey had that said what that money was for. And out of all my paperwork, I had that with me. And I call, what was the guy's name? The prosecutor,
So
famous
many of
guy.
them. Shockley.
Coffee, Shockley.
Shockley, yeah.
I think Coffee was another time. It was Shockley this time. And he's like,
It's
yeah.
always Shockley in the Fed. William Shockley. It was always him.
He's like, yeah, Mr. Iacovetti, we understand your friends over there, the Rubbo family. They sent you some money, so we frozen your accounts, and we're gonna, have to bring you in, and unless you can prove what that money was for.
You had it.
And I said, well, I have my contract with Joey, exactly what that money was for,
Thank God.
and thank God they released my funds and they didn't arrest me when I came across the border.
Before we say another word, we are going to take a 1-minute break so that we can talk about one of our sponsors, Deckmasters of South Florida.
Nice. Sorry,
Wow.
I get.
Let's thank one of our guests, Deckmasters of South Florida.
That's perfect, Joe. And you can call John at Deckmasters, and maybe he can help you with your little problem.
What are you talking about? I don't have any problem.
That's not what I heard. Word on the street is you have a very small deck.
What? My deck is not small. It's fun size.
Yeah. That's what they all say.
My girlfriend loves my deck.
Oh, yeah? Then why is she always coming over and laying on my deck?
What? You have a deck?
Oh, yeah. And it's very big. And your girlfriend? She loves it.
I give up. Give me John's number. I give up.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, John.
I can help you with your problem. I am John, the deck master from South Florida. Damaged deck? No problem. Discolored deck? No problem. Need a new deck? We got you covered. I'm like the deck doctor, only better. Deck Masters of South Florida covers all your deck sizes. Decks, docks, boardwalks, pergolas. We got you covered. Big decks, little decks, no problem. You send me your deck pick, I'll take care of the rest.
Call Deckmasters
At
at 561-255-7921. That's 561-255-7921.
And we're back.
I love all of this, and I want to hear everything, so keep going, keep going, keep going.
No, but that was two events that inspired Ciro's creation. You know, his story's mostly fiction, but there's a lot of
But
real.
you know what? I have to say, we're talking mostly about silent partners, and of course, Dave, inspired by your life story. But Ciro, you have so many projects. I mean, Cherry Pickers that we worked on together, of course. And, we worked on Brass Knuckles. That's how I met you. Mm-hmm. And I'll never forget that day because I was like, who the fuck are you? You don't even talk to me? Let's talk. I mean, remember that? I went right over you. I'm like, we're husband and wife. Why aren't you talking to me? And I had to look up to you, by the way. I was like, I'm going to be your wife. Why aren't you talking to me? Do you remember that?
Yeah, and I remember I'm the guy that set your head straight after Anthony jarred around.
Who?
Anthony.
Yeah, Anthony Carone, who was one of our guests,
Yeah, I know. because you wanted to leave. So I was like,
Yeah, I was
that's
like, I'm
when we
leaving.
did talk,
Yeah, exactly.
and then we killed it.
Yeah, and we killed it.
That's right.
We had so much fun.
Yeah,
But
you're
that's
great.
That's when I met you.
Yeah, you're great.
And I was so skinny. I wasn't a fat fuck then.
Oh, stop.
But I was so skinny. I loved myself then.
You know, you have an amazing presence on camera, just for the record. You know, I mean,
so much.
The way you talk, not this stuff. I mean,
No, we talk funny.
Yeah, but I'm
I
saying
talk-
like how you are in real life, and
Thank
you know how you are as a person. I mean, that's why I'm sitting here because
You don't have to blow my skirt up. It's okay. I don't need that. I don't require any of that.
like you
shit.
said, it's too tight. But
You're funny, Ciro. We have a mutual respect and a mutual affection for each other.
yes,
That is a cool. It's pretty cool,
yes.
right?
So speaking of the projects, right?
Yes,
So,
I want to hear about them.
So I did Mob King and I did Silent Partners, and I figured out, it's one of my knacks has always been to figure out what makes money. That's how I got where I got. That's why his dad loved me. That's why the other guy loved me. It's just the way it is. I find ways to make money. Independent films don't make money, right? So I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna keep going after this thing, and not make no money at it. You know what I mean? So it was like, I started talking to this other guy at AFM. He wanted the Mob King for Showtime back when we were trying to get that moved on. And don't get me wrong, they're doing well, but they don't make money. Right. It's like you split, like Amazon, for example, is 50-50, and then your distributor gets 25, and by the time you get it, it's peanuts. You know what I mean? So you got to make $10 million to make $1 million.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
and that doesn't really happen unless you're with Sony or somebody. But anyway, so this guy I'm with now, we just made a deal a couple months ago. He was the former head of content acquisition at Showtime. So it's a big deal, right? He retired after 20 years. So he's like, why don't you put some of this stuff together that you do, TV-wise, that you were talking to me about? This was a year ago when I was at AFM in Vegas. So I was like, all right, let me think about that. And that's when I...
Ciro, please tell our viewers what AFM is.
Oh, the American Film Market.
Thank you.
All right, sorry about that. And then, so long story short, I decided to make a bunch of pilots. Now, a lot of people, they run around and they'll tell you, I have this saying, everybody's always messaging me and like, hey man, can you produce my script? I got the next Godfather, I got the next this, I got the next that. And I always tell the same thing, and I got it from Caron actually, this saying, because he's caustic and it's a caustic saying, right? So I'm like, everybody's ugly baby's beautiful, right?
True.
So I'll tell
That's
them all.
a fact.
Everybody's ugly baby's beautiful. So it's like, okay, if you want to go around and tell people, hey man, look, I'm gonna get a content deal with somebody. That's my goal, to produce content, and then Taylor Sheridan comes along and actually does it, and he sets the blueprint for it. So now my eye's on the prize. I'm like, I'm gonna do that. So then I call this guy. I'm not going to say his name because, the world's full of haters, man. I don't need people trying to call him up and be like, So I call him up and go, hey, man, I got pilots. I'm going to be in AFM. This is L.A. now. This is a couple months ago. And he's like, all right, cool. He goes, you got pilots? He goes, what, scripts? I'm like, no, man, I got pilots. I've shot them, everything. He's like, really? I go, yeah. So I go out there, we talk, we chat, whatever, and I send him my wrestling one, Burning Bridges, right?
Love that one.
Yeah, so he's picked that up. He says it's A+, and he's bringing it to the Rolodex of this guy. Is 1,000 leagues ahead of where I could have ever been.
Right.
And now I got Call Him King. You asked me what I'm shooting next. On the weekend, I'm shooting a whole big action sequence with Juan Bofill and Angel and all the biggest people down here. Stuntmen are coming in from Atlanta and Orlando. The whole 9 yards. Big time stuff. My biggest action stuff I've ever done. And, it's just a natural progression because I want to get to the part where...
You know that I can tumble salt, right? You know I actually know how to tumble salt. Okay. Why have you not called me? You don't need a 60-something-year-old woman who could tumble salt?
In all fairness, you do not have to sell me. One of my life's goals would be to see you tumble salt or whatever it is.
I'd love to see that too. Yeah. The law of gravity would take over there.
So that's like a tumble and a somersault combined, right?
Remember when you were in kindergarten, you do a tumble salt? That's all I know how to do. That's it.
Right.
So originally when I started on this journey a few years back, I would tell everybody my goal is to make content. And everybody would look at me like I was crazy, who's that guy? Then it was a one-hit wonder. Oh, he's a one-hit wonder, Mom King, whatever. And it was the next thing. Now people just shut the fuck up because it's like, okay,
That's it.
So
that's it.
I'm going to get to the point where, like I've always spoke with Dave, where one of us would get there and then all of us would get there. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, the loyalty with me runs thick with people. So
It sure does.
So it's like, you know, if I get the score, man creates stuff right and left too. Bring in my people, add them to the people I already have. And, you know, that's what it's all about. I mean, Taylor Sheridan, yeah, he's a guy who creates shows just like I create shows. He might write shows or whatever. But the thing that makes people different that can get these deals are like what this guy said to me. He goes, now that I know you can close. See, there's a difference. A lot of people have a script, don't know how to put it together. You know, you can have the best script in the world, and if you cast the wrong people, it's shit. I cast everything myself. I produce everything myself. I pay everything myself. I do everything from start to finish. I came up with Call Him King 6 months ago, and now it's done. You know, and it's a 50-minute pilot that looks like it should be on HBO.
Right.
You know, CIA espionage stuff, not mafia stuff, not this. I'm not getting myself in a box.
No, you're doing a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything.
And he's got great people with him. you
Yeah,
know.
it is a nice unit you have.
Well, that's what I'm saying. These people that I'm working with now, they wouldn't give me the time of day when I first started. Like, you know what I mean? It's like they have no interest in it. You have to, you know, people will always talk about, you know, I even used to do it. Oh, haters this, haters that. But you have to realize that you got to earn people's respect.
Yeah,
Especially
you proved yourself.
You can say you're going to do something all day long, but when you do it, then people take notice. All right, well, he did that. Fuck him. He's just lucky, whatever. And then the next one, oh, well, maybe I should pay a little more
Maybe I
attention.
should start watching.
Then
yeah.
by the time the third one starts moving, you're getting the phone calls. Hey, man, you want to put me in that? Hey, can you talk to this guy, see if you can get me in that? But, like, always remember, who were the assholes who were.
That's right.
So it's like, okay, yeah, hey, man, how you doing? But I'm never going to work with you again. You know what I mean? If you were a certain way, that's you. Just because your color changed, it only changed because the TV channel changed.
Exactly.
Now it's playing a different version, you know?
Right.
So you gotta remember that. Another thing that's really helped me is I've stopped worrying about appeasing everybody. Like, I don't give a fuck what anybody's got to say.
Best outlook to have.
Joey's been like that forever.
That is.
I don't talk to
That
people.
is the way to
Circle
be.
small.
It's a blessing and a curse to be. We talk about it a lot, like, and Ciro, you and I, we go back a little bit, and we've had our powwows. So I'm known to be basically unfiltered, right? So it's a blessing and a curse to be an unfiltered person.
It is. I'm like
It
that
is.
too.
It's-
Yeah.
So people love you because you're unfiltered, and they hate you because you're unfiltered. And I have a saying, and I've
But
said
people
it to you.
respect you more
Well,
if you tell it like it is.
I have a saying. I'd rather you like me because I told you the truth. I'd rather you dislike me because I told you the truth than you like me because I told you a lie.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Well, here's how I operate now. I don't put myself in a position where I have to worry about why you like me or why you dislike me.
Right.
My language now is silence. I just don't fucking talk to nobody.
It's the best way to be, brother.
Nobody.
There you go.
Unless I got work with you or unless I have a very tight relationship with you, I do not talk to you.
Unless
I don't
I have a
respond.
reason to talk to you.
I got to have a reason to go somewhere. Got to go. Like you
Right.
said, I bet you do a lot of podcasts. I don't. I
No.
turn them down every day.
Right.
Not that I'm too good or not.
No, you've done a lot of it.
I
but
just
now
don't
you
feel like there's no
choose.
need. If I
You're
unless
right.
I have a connection to people or something,
Right.
I'm not doing it no more. I'm not wasting my time on.
Don't waste your time.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people keeps asking me, when are you going to bring back VIPT? When are you going to do this? And you know, I don't want to tell them, but the reason why is I don't want to deal with all the assholes anymore. You know, I just
The
don't want to deal with it.
right?
It's just too much. Too many hands out. Too many people. This and that. It's just enough.
It's
You
not.
guys hungry? You want pizza?
Sure.
We just had.
I've
we
heard
just
they
got
got
our
the
pizza.
greatest pizza in the world here. That's
How
why
you
I came.
doing? Have
I
you
do,
heard
I
of
do
how
have,
you doing?
I do have one thing I want to point out to your viewers here. There's a button there that says WTF. And I know maybe you viewers haven't seen it, but whenever Sharon doesn't like what Joe's saying, she hits it. And that's chumps. What the fuck's going on with them? They
Electric.
got something going on.
It's like the dog collar.
Yeah, she keeps them in line with that button.
Tony. What do we got?
Tony. So the pizza, the monthly special this month from How You Doing, is the Funyun. Okay, they do a monthly special every month, and it's mutts, Havarti cheese, roasted onion, leeks, chives, and onion seeds. So I hope you're not going home to make out with Lola.
Wow.
So,
All right.
this,
Funyuns.
they make their mozzarella themselves. They make
Wow.
Look at Tony cut up that pizza.
Yeah.
Tony.
Throw it. Don't hit me with it.
Here, we're gonna pass it down. So let me tell you about how you doing. The dough is a sourdough crust. It's fermented for 8 days. The mozzarella is what, Joe?
They make it fresh here.
Yes, here they make it fresh.
In the studio, right there.
Right here in the studio.
Tony just made it.
Okay,
in the
so
back.
they have 2 locations in Boca. They have 1 location opening in Coral Springs. You got yours.
Wait.
They have 1 right here on Palmetto Park Road. Another one on Federal Highway. They just opened up in Las Vegas. I was there for the grand opening.
Nice.
And everything is organic. It's fresh. And what else, Joe?
Salud.
What else? Okay, I can't wait to eat this.
They fly to Super.
we have napkins?
They fly to Super Assad, first class from Chicago.
Oh my God! Hear the crunch?
Oh, it's got the crunch. You got to have the crunch. If you don't
Oh
have
my
the
God.
crunch, forget about it.
Oh my God! So
Oh, this is a
good.
good one. This might be my new favorite.
Oh my God! Thank you, Tony.
Very tasty.
That's Tony the Tender. I call him affectionately Tender Tony.
So everybody, check out How You Doing.
Oh my
People.
God! This is so good. Oh my God!
It is very good.
Nice.
Unfucking believable.
How you doing?
How you doing?
All right.
How you doing?
I'm doing the dough.
So Ciro, you wrapping up now. You said the King's one.
Yeah, call him King.
Call him King.
Yeah, I had that idea about 6 months ago, and after Sunday, it'll go into post. Take me a couple of weeks with that, and I'll be having a premiere, one of my famous premieres.
And I'm always there.
So,
Awesome.
yeah.
Now, do you think the Democrats and the purple hair kids are going to be like, what the fuck is a Call Him King movie?
They won't be allowed in.
That's my man.
They won't even be allowed in. I don't give a
They're going to be marching outside, no kings, no kings, no kings.
They might be marching till we get there.
Then the Kings arrive. And Dave, what about you? What do you got going on now?
Well, I got a couple of aces up my sleeve, Joey.
I want to hear about it.
Well, one of the loves of my life that I'm working on right now when I'm not taking care of my 88-year-old mom is doing her autobiography in her own voice.
Look at Jay.
She's going to talk about how she met Frank Sinatra and was friends with Tony Bennett and all that in her own voice. Because Frankie Carbo was her boyfriend before my father. And then he actually got arrested going to the track trying to see my mom. So many stories. But the other one that I've got, and they're all sitting in the archives, unfortunately, because so many things going on. When life gets in the way, it makes things difficult sometimes. But is Miami Mafia Generation X.
You were telling me about that.
And that's going to be about me, him, Joey, and a few other people. And it's going to take you back to the 80s and bring you all the way up to the current time. And you're going to find out what happened to the three amigos there, Joey.
And here they are sitting here.
And here
Wow.
we are sitting here.
I love it.
But you're going to be able to actually see the footage of when we were young guys, when we were kids.
Wow.
He's one thing about Dave. He has all that shit.
Thousands. I have thousands of hours of video from like starting in
love it.
1982.
But you don't have it the night in the Ocean Manor parking lot when I held up the big baggie of...
No, this guy, I couldn't imagine how he didn't get arrested sooner, because the stuff that he would do, I mean, he doesn't ever have to party again, because just the times I was around him, the parties were 100 lifetimes of them.
Insane.
But we're in a Cranberry 500 SL Mercedes convertible. We're in front of Ocean Manor. And there's these 5 beautiful ladies that come walking across the street in front of us. He stands up in the Mercedes and goes, "Hey, ladies," with a whole bag of illegal goodies and waves it at them.
That got to be in the movie.
2 of them chases us in the Mercedes when we pulled out because they all came running, and then he just, like.
Well, there was
you
a whole
videoing?
There were a whole bunch
No.
of other people with them. That's what happened. I had all these people come, and Yeah, it was
It's like
pretty
showing
exciting.
the catnip.
That
Come
was back in the rave days, you
Those
know.
were good
That was,
old
yeah,
days.
that was.
And then I have video of Joey in the hotel room on his birthday at Hard Rock Casino with all the crew from Club TV.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And then I have all the footage from when all the stuff went down at Club TV. I mean, it's going to be an incredible
I can't wait.
documentary.
I cannot wait for that.
Yeah.
What's the name of that lawyer, man? I was trying to remember the other day. The one that drove the yellow Corvette. He hosted the show at 12:35 that time.
Oh, Mark Panunzio.
Panunzio. Yeah.
He's a former prosecutor, and he got
He wants
wasted.
to be in it.
I hired him to host the original Club TV episode. He got wasted, and I had to jump in there and re-host it. But
Oh shit.
I was in the limousine with him and a judge, an old judge. Both of them, and we're taking them to the Dade County Courthouse. Both of them are doing lines off a stripper's ass.
My
in the
kind of
limo.
guys.
Yeah, and then they're
Party
joking.
animal.
Yeah, we got a court case today, don't we? Later, and Joey's like, Panunzio's like, anything on my nose? And then they walk into the courthouse to
That
go.
guy was great, man.
No, he was cool.
My
He
kind
is
of
cool.
lawyer.
He's still around somewhere.
Yeah, he was
Ciro,
great.
you're going to be redoing the Mob King? You were telling me a series.
Yeah, I'm entering the vertical field. You know, the vertical formats that are
Awesome.
all those goofy Asian videos you see on Instagram and all that. That's a big thing that's happening now. So
Great.
I'm coming with Mob King, the original series. That's going to be the season 1. I'm coming with. I'm changing Silent Partners to Killer Policy and making that also a vertical series. So
All right, I'm ready.
I'm
I'll
busy.
break out the leather jacket.
I know.
Well, I am officially going to say that we have to invite you back. I know,
Yeah.
Ciro, you don't enjoy
I enjoy you.
podcasts.
This was
But
fun,
you
man. It
have
went
to-
so fast.
You guys have to come back because we are out of time.
Would love to.
Can I make Joey jump with the button?
Please.
There you go. There you go.
You caught
Because-
it. Would you tell him? That's how you keep me in line? All right, guys. It was a pleasure
We love
having
you.
here.
We're
Thank
so
you.
happy to have you
Pleasure
here.
being here.
I
And
can't
listen,
wait to see what you guys
we
are
need to get
doing.
together more often.
Yes.
We're getting too old now.
Please,
You know what I mean?
please. And
Absolutely.
Dave, what a pleasure.
Pleasure here,
It's
too.
been for me to get to know you better. Ciro,
Thank you,
you like
guys.
you like a brother to me.
Thank you.
So
Love you guys.
thank
Love
you.
you
Love
too,
you.
Joey.
Thank you, my darling.
Thank you, my darling. And thank you. Thank you, everybody.
And a shout out
That's it?
to my man.
Yeah, Joe.
Another.
That's it. Until next week, when we have another fantabulous episode of the We Talk Funny podcast.
If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to our show and leave a review on your favorite podcast platform at We Talk Funny. See you next Tuesday.
C-U-N-T.